To have an outstanding flying machine like the Hornet helps, but pilot quality is the most important asset, one that can only be obtained by first-class air training. Having an aircraft with the ability to outfly any actual or projected fighter in the world is not enough. The winning pilot must be able to outfight them. To achieve such a task requires the best that both men and machines can deliver, constantly honed to razor-edge sharpness. And there's only one way to get that edge: flying realistic combat training. This combat mission is ground attack. Hornet pilots are to fly to a target area at very low altitude, using speed and terrain to avoid detection. They will find, identify, and attack the target using standoff tactics for their weapons, hit the target, and return to base. They will be intercepted by other fighter aircraft on their way to the target and will be expected to destroy the threat and then continue their mission. To make combat training as realistic as possible, the missions are flown against dissimilar aircraft, aircraft of other Air Force units, as well as carrier-based naval aircraft. In these scenarios, the enemy may be simulated, but the action for the Hornet pilot is real. In all air combat, the variable is always the pilot. How much maneuver potential he extracts from his aircraft will determine his success in this engagement. The trick is to keep his head out of the cockpit, to reduce his reaction time, to fly the aircraft instead of watching over it. His goal must be to spend less time with the machine and more time with the fight outside. Keeping track of his enemy is the key to staying alive. This kind of training builds self-confidence. In the air, it is this quality that convinces a Hornet pilot that he is better than the opposition. While self-confidence is not unique to fighter pilots, it's especially critical to them because in their hands alone is an unforgiving supersonic flying machine which operates near the very edge of man's ability to control. The fighter pilot is engaged in the deadliest game of all, survival. In this, he or she are either very good or they're very dead.
Echo 227, Bandits 240, 19 miles, headed south, 7,000. Second Bandits 225, 22 miles, headed south at 4,500.
The first in a series of major upgrades for the Hornet was started in 1986. Even though the upgraded Hornets look no different than their predecessors, these enhanced aircraft are more capable. The upgraded models can employ two of the latest weapons available to the U.S. military: the infrared imaging Maverick air-to-ground missile and the new advanced medium-range air-to-air missile. With the Maverick, the pilot is able to sight his target with infrared imaging. This short-range missile then uses passive infrared seeking guidance to intercept surface targets. The Hornet can carry up to 4 of these smokeless solid-fuel missiles.
26 good. Other Bandits are RTB.
The advanced medium-range air-to-air missile can go further, faster, and is more accurate than the AIM-7 Sparrow it replaced. The AIM-120 has a launch and leave capability. Launched from the Hornet with inertial guidance, the AMRAAM then pinpoints a target with its internal radar. Even in bad weather, multiple targets that are beyond the pilot's visual range can be attacked and destroyed simultaneously. In October 1989, the F-18's weapon system was fully integrated for air-to-ground missions at night at limited weather conditions. The night attack equipment includes an advanced scan head-up display, a multi-purpose color display digital map set, and crew station instrumentation compatible with night vision goggles. A thermal imaging navigation set projects real-life infrared images on the Hornet's updated head-up display, which overlay the images with appropriate symbology for navigation or identification. The Hornet night attack capabilities substantially enhance the aircraft's usefulness. Through the technological enhancements, night is turned into day for the Hornet pilot. This system was designed to allow the Hornet attack pilot to navigate and maneuver to and from the target area. This system provides the pilot with the capability to acquire, track, and attack ground targets under the weather day and night down on the deck, where he can take advantage of terrain masking. Now, the combat commander and his pilots have the flexibility to use similar weapons and tactics to those they use in the daytime. This system enables the pilot to deliver conventional weapons with direct attack. He can also deliver infrared Maverick or laser-guided bombs using proven standoff tactics. Following a successful run of more than 400 A and B models, the U.S. Navy began taking fleet deliveries of improved F-18C single-seat and F-18D dual-seat models in September 1987. 2 years later, the C and D models came with improved night attack capabilities.
Magic Rambo 3 aircraft, flight level 160, heading west for the you were just talking about. Rambo, we have possible contact, Magic 264, decimal 4 for control. 2644, yeah. Flight level 2644, 2644, yeah. 227, your bandits 170, 13, 3 up 3s. Bandits headed west, they're still at 17,000.
F-18Cs have synthetic aperture ground mapping radar with a Doppler beam sharpening mode to generate ground maps. This ground mapping capability that permits crews to locate and attack targets in adverse weather and poor visibility, or to precisely update the aircraft's location relative to targets during the approach, is a capability that improves bombing accuracy. New production F-18Cs received the APG radar upgrade starting in 1994, providing more precise and clear radar displays.
1758, still headed west, 12,000.
The F-18C and D models ended production in the late 1990s, having been superseded by the F-18E and the F-18F Super Hornet. Current plans call for the F-18A and B aircraft to remain in service with the U.S. Navy until about 2015, while F-18C and D models will be retired by 2020. During this mission, the Hornet pilots exerted the same amount of energy as 12 hours of hard manual labor. They have flown the Hornet to the edge of the envelope to show you that for the pilots who now fly this aircraft and those who have to fly it in actual combat, this is an aircraft you can win with. And for a fighter pilot, winning is the bottom line.